how do companies create value for shareholders, right? That is a fundamental question. It's the question that drives a lot of corporate finance teaching, research, and real-world practice, right? There are two main sources of value creation. The first one is creating new products, right? If a company creates a product that people love, that people want to pay a high price for, right? That is going to generate profits, that is going to create shareholder value, okay? The other main way in which companies can create value is by buying other companies that have created valuable projects, right? So you either create it yourself or you find a way of buying other companies that have done it for you, okay? Unfortunately, a finance professor like me is not going to be able to tell you how to create something like an iPhone, okay? That's not what finance is about. We are not inventors. Maybe we wish we were, but we are not, okay? What we can do, what we know how to do, and what you will learn in this module is to figure out how a new investment is going to contribute to shareholder value, okay? We have tools, we have techniques, we have formulas, we have calculations that we can use to try to figure out whether a new idea, whether a new investment, and also an acquisition is going to contribute to shareholder value or not. Are you increasing shareholder value by creating a new product, or are you destroying shareholder value? Okay? And in some cases, we may even be able to stop, a new product from being made. Okay? One of our roles is to, in some cases, figure out that an idea, no matter how cool it sounds, no matter how important it may be, is going to destroy shareholder value. And if a company is maximizing shareholder value, perhaps that product should not be made, that acquisition should not be made, this idea should not be developed. Okay? So that is what a finance professor can help with. In the next two modules, we're going to develop these techniques. Okay? To be able to estimate the contribution of a new project or a new acquisition to shareholder value. We're going to start on module 3 by thinking about investment, okay? So we're going to be learning tools that are going to allow companies to make decisions about projects. And then on module 4, we're going to talk about mergers and acquisitions, okay? So that is the game plan in terms of our next two modules, okay? For this module specifically, what you will learn is it's the first time we're going to talk about this essential concept in finance, which is the notion of net present value, okay? This is a very important idea, and we're going to spend a lot of time talking about NPV and to really make sure that you understand how to calculate and how to use NPV, okay? We're going to learn how to use NPV, and why NPV is equivalent to maximizing shareholder value, right? One thing we're going to learn is that NPV, if you use NPV to make investment decisions, you are essentially maximizing the company's stock price, okay? And then, of course, if you're taking a corporate finance course, you have to learn how to build NPV calculations, how to build cash flows, how to compute NPV, how to use NPV to make decisions. So we're going to learn this in this module, okay? We're also going to talk about the concept of internal rate of return. We're going to learn how to compute rates of return on projects, and then we're going to talk about the relationship between NPV and IRR, okay? It turns out that there are some cases in which you can compute a rate of return on a project, and there are some cases in which you should not compute the rate of return on a project, and you should be using only NPV to make investment decisions. So we're going to talk about that, okay? And then finally, we're going to incorporate a very important idea as well, which is the idea of real options, okay? Many investment decisions are going to come embedded with real options. Options to wait, options to abandon, options to change, options to expand, okay? And we're going to try to think about how to model these options and how to incorporate them into investment decisions, okay? It turns out that we're going to use this very useful tool called the decision tree to make this, to incorporate real options into valuations, okay? We're going to talk about a few specific examples. In particular, we're going to learn how to value R&D, okay? That is a very important part of the economy. It's of growing importance in economies around the world. And it turns out that to value R&D, you have to use real option techniques. Okay, so we're going to discuss R&D evaluation. In addition to that, we're going to discuss 2 additional options, which are the option to wait and the option to abandon a project. Again, what you're going to see is that we can incorporate this option into investment decisions by using decision trees.